All right, my four Facebook, we want that in the AM. My four Facebook, my four Twitter, my four YouTube. Hold on, y'all can hear me now? Can you hear me now? My four. Wait, my mic sound nice. We good? We good, y'all? Y'all need a thumbs up or something. Y'all gotta let me know if we rocking or not. Let me check it on my phone. Let me see. My fault, y'all. Hold on. All right, so we goodmoney.com. All right, good looking. All right. So Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, welcome. So what I was saying was that we switching it up a little bit, where we're doing the financial news first, we're doing inspiration in the middle, and then now we're doing Ask Ash Cash in the third way, because we have the people have spoken, and so that's how we're doing. All right. So in other news, so we went over the Nasdaq. Tech is rebounding. We have on Wednesday the Fed is going to give some new news, so we'll see what happens there. In other news, my brother Kanye is in the news again, and so Kanye West declares himself the new Moses. Says he won't release new music till he's freed from Universal and Sony ATV deals. And so Kanye West took a break from his presidential campaign to make some declarations about his music career on Monday. This is according to Yahoo.com, saying that he will refuse to release any new music until his record company, Universal Music Group, and his publisher, Sony ATV Music Publishing, free him from their deals. He quickly followed up by saying that Drake and J. Cole must apologize to him, although whether this was a further condition for releasing his new music was unclear, and also asking for a meeting with Jay-Z. Let me be clear before y'all go crazy. Before y'all go crazy in my comments, Kanye is the brother. You know what I'm saying? Kanye is the brother who you know he off a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he that person in the family, he off a little bit, but nobody can't talk about him. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I feel about Ye. So before y'all go crazy in my comments about whatever y'all want to say, like, you know what I'm saying? I feel that way about Ye. I feel like Ye is that brother. You know what I'm saying? That he be tweaking sometimes, but he ain't, you know what I mean? Like, just be nice. Honestly though, I feel like, Kanye is a genius. I do think he's a genius, and I think that when somebody is smart, when somebody does, it has that level of genius, you can't expect them to be socially acceptable. I just believe that. You know what I'm saying? I also believe that, like Einstein was a genius, but Einstein, like, if you let the world tell it, they said Einstein was crazy. Like, they said Einstein had some stuff wrong with him. You know what I'm saying? I'll just say that. Number one, you know what I'm saying? You can't be, he's a genius, like literal genius. You know what I mean? Look, I have nothing to say. But come on, I'm from Harlem. We say what we want. LOL. He's not God. I don't know though. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna be honest with you. So look. We with the ish today, right? Hold on. Let me read what else y'all saying. Most geniuses are off. Kanye head is in space. It's the extra saucy sprinkles and the delivery. He also hired a campaign company that helped a far-right party in Sweden win. Some things he says people want to say that others don't have the balls to say. Kanye is great and solidify his legacy. Or let Kanye be great. I missed the 249 deal. Just got my money right. DM me, Doc Rivers. We could talk about that. Um, so here's the deal, right? Um, let's go get Ash Cash for saying that. It's all good. It's all good because I say what I say. I stand on what I'm saying. You right though, a young face and smile. He's not God. He's not capital G God, but he lower G God though. You know what I'm saying? Like, being this amazing is heavy. Facts. Look. TimelessDelight.com says I deal with that. Being this amazing is a heavy burden. I salute. Like, you know what I'm saying? Kanye is a disruptor. And that's the thing. I don't think that disruptors get respect. You know, and I watched the Nick Cannon joint, and he was like, "Yo, y'all not even gonna get what I'm saying right now. Like, I'm talking in the future," and I believe that because y'all don't even realize, or not saying y'all, but a lot of people don't even realize that a lot of stuff that he said years ago, everybody got on him. Everybody got on him for what he was saying about the fashion world and all that stuff. Everybody got on him when he was talking about, like, you know, Balenciaga and all these high fashion places or whatever. Every single person got on him. This was years ago. Houseway, that whole Houseway thing, right? Yo, you fast forward 4 years later, we celebrating, what's my guy name? Oh, I'm forgetting Unc name. Dapper Dan, my fault, Unc, right? Yo, Dapper Dan gets a deal with Gucci. Oh, everybody go crazy. Rihanna gets a deal with LVH, with Louis Vuitton, whatever the name brand is. Everybody go crazy. Like, all these high fashion deals are happening with black and brown people. Everybody go crazy. But when Kanye said it, everybody was like, yo, you should just build your own. You should just do this. Like, so I'm just saying that what my guy said, my presence is a present. I mean, like, yo, I don't know. I stand on what I stand. That man is a genius. That man is forward thinking. The things that he fights for today are stuff. Maybe we misunderstand him, right? You know what I'm saying? Like maybe we misunderstand him. But I don't listen. So the reason why I have this opinion though too, I'll be honest with you, is because I don't just listen to sound bites. Like, I actually listen to what this man is saying. And he's never been wrong. He's never been wrong. Has the context been has it been taken out of context? Absolutely. Right? Absolutely. Has it been taken out of context? Yes, I believe so. But I do think that, you know, he's a genius. But again, like his recent rants, you know what I'm saying? Because he also, you know what I'm saying, spell Hove's name wrong. I was playing. But yeah, I don't know what Drake and J. Cole have to do with it. I was reading his tweets and I was like, man, you know, like you could tell he was probably tweaking. You know, but at the end of the day, you know, salute to that man. Salute to that man. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I don't have nothing bad to say about my guy. All right. Never. Carter, he's never been wrong, ever. And if you name it, I'll tell you, he's never been wrong. Everything he said has been 100% accurate. He's just been very, I think his context has been taken. I think things have been taken out of context. So he's you know, and maybe I'm biased. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm biased. Maybe he has been wrong. And because I think he's a genius, I'm giving him a pass. Maybe, I don't know. But I've listened to a lot of stuff he says, and he hasn't been wrong. You know, it's how you interpret what he says. That's all I'll say. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know. So that's it. You know. In other news, Eric Reed calls NFL's use of Colin Kaepernick in video diabolical. You are allowed to think that, though. If you agree, then of course Kanye is not crazy. Fast shout. So Eric Reed calls NFL's use of Colin Kaepernick in a video diabolical. So the NFL safety Eric Reed has some words for the NFL on Monday after the league used Colin Kaepernick in a video. The video featured singer Alicia Keys singing "Lift Every Voice and Sing," known as the Black National Anthem, with images and pictures of NFL players protesting this summer and wearing Black Lives Matter clothing. The league used a video of Kaepernick kneeling when he was a member of San Francisco 49er, and the video was released during the season opener on Thursday. Kaepernick began sitting, then kneeling during the national anthem in 2016, played his last game on January 1st, 2017, and has yet been signed to a team. And I know Kaepernick was also trying to see. This is why I can't. That's why I got to do inspiration first, because I'm doing the news, right? I'm doing the news. The news is like a buffer because I'm doing the news, and so there's comments back and forth about the news that I want to comment on, but then it takes a different energy to switch from that to, you know what I'm saying, to like inspiration. So that's why I do the inspiration first. I love it though, because I'm with the smoke though, Mo. Because I am on Kanye Kool-Aid. I am, because you know, God's recognize gods though. You know what I'm saying? He a God. He a lower G God. I'm a God. He manifests his dreams, and I manifest my dreams. So I could see him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see his genius because I'm that. You know what I mean? You can't see what you're not. No disrespect to nobody, but I could see that. Like, this man literally says things, and it always happens. He says it, and it happens. He's a billionaire. He did $3 billion. He did $3 billion. You know what I'm saying? You know, Kanye has called out many injustices, from Katrina to Beyonce, Taylor Swift, to the fashion world and more. The system has decided to pay him his credit. I believe that. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Yo, Kanye's a god, yo. He's a lower G though, right? So I agree with you, young faces. He's not big G. He lower G though. He a god. And he know that. He know he a god. Right? He know that. And I know I'm a god too. Right? And so he lives out his God, you know what I mean? His God self. So that's why I'm on the Kool-Aid, because I can see him. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not just, like, you know, like, I see Kanye. I see him. I know him. I know what he go through. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I feel like, right, Joe Budden, right? Fast After Joe. Like now all of a sudden, you know, and I don't know that man. I don't know what his past, what he does in his personal relationships and all that. But now that he's fighting for freedom, everybody want to bring up all of his craziness. Like, why is that? Why is it? See, that's what I'm saying. Like, you know what I mean? That's why I gotta go inspiration, right? Because it's like, why all of a sudden, right? All of a sudden, people want to bring up like once, yo, this game is vicious, right? This game is vicious. When I say this game is vicious, yo, think about this though. Every time somebody fights for independence, yo, right? What Big Homie said, right? What Big Homie says? Big Homie says America wanna emasculate the great, right? Murdered Malcolm, gave Cassius the shakes. Think about that. Think about that. Like, name me one person of color, a black person, right? Name me a black person who has stood for independence and wasn't taken out. Somehow, either killed, either given some type of disease, labeled crazy. Like where are our normal, not the ones that were quiet, because we got quiet ones out here, right? We got quiet ones out here. We got the ones who don't really say nothing, and who are conforming, who are making their money. And I can name them, but I'll never call them out. You know what I'm saying? But they, you know, we got a lot of the, and I don't know their strategy either. So that's why I'm not, you know, it's not for me to call out. It might be a strategy of, yo, let me build quietly, and then when I get into position, I'm gonna come out and you know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of folks who, you know, who get the money quietly. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of them who get the money quietly. But name me, name it. Maybe I'm wrong, but name me somebody who wasn't a collaborator. Cause the only loud black people that are loud in this country are the ones who collaborate with the system. The ones who are like, oh, you know what I mean, who will collaborate with the system. But name one that's loud. No, not Farrakhan, crumb cake. Watch his July 4th. Watch his July 4th. They tried it with him too. They tried it with him. That's what I'm saying. He's been the most. They tried to poison him. Right? No. I'm not saying collaboration. I'm saying no. I'm not saying collaborate. I'm saying that most of the black leaders that are collaborators are the only ones that could be loud with a voice, right? The other ones who are loud with a voice, they're always being painted as crazy, right? Even Farrakhan. I listen to Farrakhan religiously. And like people call him an anti-Semite, and I've heard him say things about Jewish people, but I've heard him say things about Muslim people. I've heard him say things about Christian people. Like, he's not like targeting one religion. You know what I'm saying? And so what I'm saying is that anybody, so even that, right? Like, you can't think about it. Anybody who says Farrakhan's name in public, you get vilified. Like, they don't want nobody to stand with nobody powerful, right? So Farrakhan vilified, and they tried to kill him. That's what I'm trying to say, right? They tried to kill him, right? But then Kanye crazy, Joe Budden womanizer, you know what I'm saying? Cassius Clay, you give him the shakes. Malcolm, kill him. And so all I'm saying is, at what point are we gonna realize that this has been working over and over again? Yo, everything that Kanye says, none of it is about him though, and that's why I respect him. Like, he's not, and so that's the thing, right? So salute to Hov, because I feel like Hov has seen the game, and so, you know, Hov has been somebody who did it the other way, right? Where he infiltrated the system, and then now he's at a position where he could talk his ish. And so salute to Hov. I think Hov, you know, the true and living, I think Hov is potentially the one. But even that though, even with him, doing the NFL deal, people calling him names. Like, there isn't this consensus that Hov is looking out for our best interests. It's not this consensus. We're still divided on that. You know what I'm saying? Right, Nick Cannon, right? I follow Nick. Nick is a real one. I don't care what nobody say. You know what I'm saying? Like, Nick is a real one. Like, Nick go to the hood, and Nick put his money where his mouth is. You know what I'm saying? And so they haven't been, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling you, any powerful, just watch it. Like, I've never seen it. You know what I mean? My 30 plus years on this earth, I've never seen it. I've never seen, you know, a black person or any person who's fighting for black people not get vilified. It hasn't happened. You know what I'm saying? Like think about this, right? And you know what I'm saying? Like, think about this. Like, why is it that y'all knew Malcolm, like, watch the documentaries. Y'all knew Malcolm was going to get killed, but y'all didn't do nothing to intervene, right? Y'all knew Martin was gonna get killed, and y'all didn't do nothing, and then y'all pin him up as a martyr after the fact, and feed us the narrative, right? Like, Martin Luther King wasn't talking about "I have a dream." That wasn't his. When he died, that wasn't his rhetoric. You know what I'm saying? Like, he switched. He talked about economics now, but y'all was like, "Yo, he going crazy." So let's get him out of here, right? And y'all don't even know that the King family won a civil suit against the FBI for his death. So they were implicit in it, right? Somehow, right? And y'all don't even know that. Like, so y'all get him out of here. Y'all get Martin Luther King out of here, right? And then once he get out of here, you rewind the time. You say, nope, let's not honor him for the stuff about equality, right? Let's honor him for the civil rights. I have a dream. Don't give him the truth that it's economic freedom that matters. Don't tell him that. No. Let's give him a holiday. Let's do all that. So just look it up though. Look it up. Look it up. Everybody, look. Let me see. Let me read these. Let me read. All black teachers that teach the kids who they really are pushed out of the system. Same thing they did to Warren Bellantine. I gotta look who that is. I don't even know who that is. When Farrakhan and Yewa Ben Yewa. Let's see. Facts. They did it to Jesus too. Nick. Facts. You right. I used to be a teacher at NYC. We black people. Right? Nipsey. Right? Nipsey and Nick Cannon was trying to put out the Doc Seppi doc. Right? Nipsey Hussle too. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. We all played a part of East Def. Let's not forget. Brax, I thought Nick said he finished it. I think he's still working on that. I see it happening every day. It's disgusting. Yep, soon he switches the narrative. They kill him. Yes, a lot of people don't know that Dr. Martin Luther King was focused on economics, not civil rights. Yeah, he apologized, right? He apologized for focusing on civil rights. You know what I'm saying? So they didn't like Jeezy, Rick Ross too. Oh, they did it to Jeezy and Rick Ross too. Thank you for saying that, Ash. Thank you for letting me hear this. True facts. Now, Carmen, I'm telling you, Carmen, like, and it's not even like, just look it up. It's not even like, it's not no conspiracy. It's not adding anything to it. Just look it up. Look at any powerful voice that is fighting for independence, though. It's not even like the fight is to take away from any other groups. It's just like letting black people know who they are. Like, you are a God. Like, you are made in the image and likeness of God, and then know your history. It didn't start as slavery, kings and queens. You know what I'm saying? You know, equality, like all of this stuff that it does not take away from nothing. I just believe that the powers that be believe that if black people are empowered, they think that there's gonna, like, that's not like there might be some revenge or something. I don't know. I don't think that's in our blood. Like, we're not built that way. But it's just, history doesn't lie, though. That's all I'm gonna say. History does not lie. Like, when I look at the history of things, when I look at, you know, how history has played itself, just look at it. Look it up. Like, you know what I'm saying? It happened to a lot of my teachers. Listen to that little Ash. Yeah. He in the background. That's my hype man right now. I can't wait till you get older. I'm so happy to connect to you, my brother Ash Cash. Salute, Sanja. Sonia G. Jennings, salute. Facts, before he died, King was pushing economic empowerment through the poor people's movement. Right. So look it up. So there's a book called Where Do We Go From Here? And he lays out his plan. Right? So Martin Luther King lays out his plan. It's called Where Do We Go From Here? And, you know, the poor people's movement. Like, you know what I'm saying? They don't want us to know the truth. They don't want us to be free. I have been trying to explain this. Who keeps saying that Martin Luther King was just... Nah, he wasn't. Yo, King lived the whole 5 years. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, yo, I Have a Dream was 1963. Right? I Have a Dream was 1963. You know how many speeches he had between 1963 and 1968? He died in 1968. It's like somebody dying in 2020 and has all this work that they've done from 2015 to 2020, and we only honor the 2015 stuff. Like, really? Like, come on, yo. You know how much you could change in 5 years? You know how much new stuff you could come up with in 5 years? Yo, half of us are not the same from 2015. You know how many of us are different? My 2015 self to now? Come on. And so every year you want to tell us, yo, I think it's subliminal. Every year, it's like, yo, let's push Martin up. Let's show us we had a dream. We didn't arrive yet. Let's just dream. It's never going to happen, but let's just dream. And if you get too far, you're going to get assassinated. Like, that's how I feel. Like, I feel like that's the narrative that's being sort of, you know, portrayed, you know? The lessons is that people have to learn to love each other and stick together, bottom line. I agree. We are the gods, the innovators, the creators, the culture of cool. Because they know how powerful we'd be if we were in power. Um, I know a lot of these stories, but when you put it all in one conversation, it's powerful, and this allows me to better serve all humanity. Now, salute to you, Karin. Salute, salute, salute. Quantum physics frees us. I agree with that too. New information about Dr. Martin Luther King, economics, wealth for the people of color. We're not made like that. Yes, the powers that be are scared of people of color and women. I agree with that, right? Because even with that, when you think about like, I'm telling you, this is a fact. The country was built for white men. Period. Like, look it up. The Constitution, right? I'm not. This is not conspiracy. This is not me being far left, far right. Nothing. The country was built for white men, and in fact, right, like voting rights. Let's look at voting rights. Women, like African Americans, got voting rights first, and then women. Like, women weren't even included till after, right? So I mean, look, like, read the Constitution. Like, I believe that that the country is afraid of people of color and women. You know what I'm saying? Because just look at the Constitution. That's what I'm saying. The country wasn't built for people of color, and it wasn't built for women. It was built for white men. You know, and I think that's where when you start talking about Black Lives Matter, when you start talking about systematic racism and all that stuff, you just got to look at the forefathers. You got to look at what were their intentions, when they wrote the Constitution. You know what I'm saying? He started by speaking about how things in the service of the government would work. They had to stop that. Mansa Musa was the richest man in the world. His 400. I can't take a picture of that because that's the next book coming out. Mansa Musa. Fast shout to I Am Royalty Books. You know what I'm saying? Mansa Musa was the richest man in the world. His $400 million in gold is worth more than $1 trillion today. Yo, fast shout to Mansa Musa. I Am Royalty Books coming soon. You know what I'm saying? Check that out. So salute. That's a big fact. I'm gonna do more research for sure. Speak truth to power, my brother. There is fear that once we know our value, will exceed beyond the wildest nightmares. They are fearful of us. That's why they keep attacking those who speak up. We have to keep speaking until they can't hold us down. And this is why I feel like, I said this before, but this is why I feel like we don't need black leaders. You know what I'm saying? Because if you have a black leader, you can always tear that leader down, and then the movement stops. You know what I'm saying? But if you have a black culture, if you have a culture, right, then you can't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? You can't, like, you know what I'm saying? So my hopes, is while I'm living, is that collectively those who are awake create a new culture, right? Within the black community, not just here, but throughout the diaspora as well, right? Throughout the world. So that we all move in one accord, right? Just like spirituality, for instance, you don't have to be. It doesn't matter, what you worship in order to be to acknowledge spirituality, right? Meaning that if you understand spirituality, it has nothing to do. You could be a Muslim and still embrace spirituality. Right? You could be a Christian and still embrace spirituality. You could be, a Jewish and still embrace spirituality. Like, it doesn't really matter. So understanding, how, that there's one God, understanding spirituality doesn't divide. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I like the Course in Miracles, right? Course in Miracles is a great example of that. It's a book that no matter what your religious practice is, it's a book that's based in spirituality. Right? And so when I say that, I'm saying that because it's based in spirituality, we can all come in one accord. And so when I think about, black folks, I'm hoping that there could be this one accord that brings us all together, and that becomes our culture, right? That becomes our culture. So that way, there isn't any divide from, oh, you're a Democrat, you're a Republican, you're Muslim, and you're Christian, you're atheist, and you believe in law of attraction. You know what I'm trying to say? Like all of these, LGBT, I'm straight, you're cis, you're gay, you're bi. You know what I mean? Like all of these things that divide us. I think that we need to find one accord. I think we all need to understand that we fight in the same fight. I don't care what you identify as. We're fighting the same fight, so let's fight it together. Not even fight it. Let me watch my words, right? Because you won't what you resist will persist. And so our mission of freedom is all the same. And so if we start moving in unison to get our God-given right of freedom, right, economic, spiritual, social, all of that stuff, I think that that's what's going to move the needle. And so my hopes is that collectively we come together and realize that. And I agree that there's work that needs to be done with all humanity, but at the same time, you cannot be interdependent without independence, right? And so my thing is, when you look at like Korean Americans, or you look at Asian Americans, they have independence, and because they have independence, now they could be interdependent within the community at large. And I think the problem was that us as Black people, we did not fully embrace our independence before we started asking for interdependence. And what happens is that if you ask for interdependence without independence, what winds up happening is that you become dependent, right? And that's why we're trying to fight a system, because we didn't build our own system, right? It doesn't, like, in my opinion, systemic racism doesn't matter if you own your own stuff. It's when you need that system to survive, to feed your family, to do all that stuff. That's why we're fighting, and we're like, oh my God, there's no representation on boards, and there's no representation on this. But if we had built our own system, it doesn't really matter. Because now you go from a space of dependency, and you're sort of like begging and asking to be included, to them understanding and knowing that you have a system and that they need your system. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we built our own system and we took that $1.5 trillion and that system was solid, imagine what, the respect that you would have to give, the Black community, because you need them. Right? Everybody looks at us as like it's like charity almost. You know what I'm saying? Like no disrespect to my white friends. I got a lot of white friends who were hitting me up when this all, Black Lives Matter thing happened. And they were like, yo, Ash, what can I do? I said, nothing, honestly. Yo, how can I be an ally? I get it. I understand. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate you, and they still my friends. Like, that's not going nowhere. I don't look at nobody like pro-Black don't mean anti-nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like I love everybody. You know what I'm saying? But I love us. Like I love us unapologetically too. You know what I'm saying? So when my white friends were asking me what could they do, you can't do nothing, honestly, because that's the problem. The problem is that if I lean on you, now I'm building a system off of interdependence, and we haven't. We gotta figure this thing out. And that's my opinion. That's my opinion. Other people may think different. Other people may like integration first. I think integration is awesome, but I think you can't integrate without independence. That's what I believe. Think about a relationship, right? That's how domestic violence. Think about this for a second, right? That's how domestic violence happens. You got a breadwinner, right, who brings in all the bread. Then you have another partner who may take care of home or whatever the case may be. But the breadwinner has the power. So the breadwinner could do and say whatever the hell they want to say or do, because they got the power. And so if this person, the second person is now dependent on the other person. And so you could treat them however you want. And then buy them a ring and be like, oh, it's okay. You can slap them up all you want. And then, you know what I'm saying? That's how it happens because of dependency. But imagine if both individuals came into a relationship independent. Person one is independent. Person two is independent. Together we become interdependent. I don't need you. You don't need me. But together we're powerful. right? That's what I feel like. That's what I feel like. When we keep trying, we as the black community keep trying to allow others to help and support and all that stuff. We're in a domestic violence situation. Literally, literally, it's domestic violence. You know what I'm saying? So, see, look, I see it doesn't. So I think this is what I think. I think whatever I start off with is what I'm gonna go off with. I'm telling you, because I didn't even get the inspiration today. Uh, Bitcoin is the new revolution. I agree with that. I agree with that. I think Bitcoin is gonna be for real. We have to love and value ourselves and each other. That's the way we all win. We're not the same from 2019. That's a big fact. Explanation of love awareness. Take the power of money into your own hands. Hard money and ownership. Our death of love and forgiveness is damn near a fault. We just want to separate, build, and live our righteous lives in peace. I agree with that. I agree with you, Virtuous. Good word, my brother. Salute, salute, Davidsons. We are forced together. Look at Chadwick Boseman and what he accomplished in his last 4 years dealing with the medical issues. There's no limit to what we can do on this earth. I agree. Fast shout to UMP. Morning Jewelry, fast shout. You too. Right. Look. Imani Love says, yo, you turned the news into inspiration. Because that's my being. You feel me? Like, my being is that. So it don't even matter. You know what I'm saying? Human race originated from Africa. Facts. Perfect segue. Look. Styles Lewis. Perfect segue into inspiration. All right, perfect segue into inspiration. The inspirational word of the day is, I don't even know. Yo, I don't even know what today's word of the day is, man. Inspirational word of the day. Sit with winners and the conversation will be different. Or no, tap into your God self. I don't know. White women are considered the minority in the workplace. Queen Africa, Mother Earth. Facts. History never lies. Talk to your talk. Talk your truth, bro. They wore us out in the country years ago. 3/5 compromise was created for votes. Facts. Gotta hit them where it hurts and take the power of money into our own hands. I agree. 21 Keys, I see you. So it was written. I'll get to that, RJ. Give me a second. 5 dimensions. Everybody can lead in some way. We have to continue to connect and support one another. We need systems based on principles, moral standards, virtues, integrity, like the Italian mob. That's a great book. 0 Point Meditation, Dark Matter, Energy, Consciousness. All right, metaphysics. Puerto Ricans have a rich culture, and color comes second. They teach slavery history. They teach colonialism. They embrace it all and unite, even as the U.S. forgotten stepchild. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So we got to definitely take a page out of that for sure. It's all distractions. Keep us from collectively being culturally a movement. What the whites fail to realize, we are born empowered. We don't become empowered. We are born that way. When we wake up to who we are and always have been, they see us as gods. Label, divide the truth. Read the 5% Nation 120 book. What was the name of the spiritual book? The spiritual book. I don't know. I don't know. Did I name a book? I'm sorry, because sometimes my mind be going. Why can't they just let us be? We a community has ways to go without having to worry about outside people. To be honest, Shannon, I think that in the history of the world, freedom, nobody gives you freedom. You take it. I'll leave it there. I don't think that's possible for somebody to let you be. You know what I'm saying? Like, in the history of the world. I'm talking about, you go back 3,000 years. Oh, sorry. You go back 3,000 years, and freedom is always taken. You don't ask. Like, you don't ask, can you be free? You take your freedom, But I'll leave that there. Ownership, and I think you take your freedom by ownership. And then when you own, you got to defend that ownership too. You know what I'm saying? We tried to build Black Wall Street, and they burned and banned when we own our own. I think I don't like that narrative, because I think A Course in Miracles. Oh, thank you. Because I was like, what spiritual book? Yeah, A Course in Miracles. Good look at my guy Ilflo in the building. Good look at Ilflo. Yeah, it's called A Course in Miracles. It's a big book though. Like you can't read it. You got to read it in a year. It's actually written that way that you have to read it. Every one per year. I mean, one per day. I'm trying to get to all these comments, but my girl Karen says, as a white person and ally, I think my job is to teach other white people the truth. I agree with that. Karen. I think that and I've actually said that to one of my white friends. Like, he was asking me, and I said, "Yo, you ain't gotta talk to me. You gotta talk to them. Don't talk to me. Don't talk to me about how you can help us. You can help us by educating the folks that because this friend was he had a marketing company, and he's in the culture, like in the black culture, so he understands us. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta talk at the dinner table. You gotta educate them. So I agree with that, Karen. I agree. There were too many black towns that were burned down. And the reason why they were burned down is because I feel like with anything, you have to have adequate protection. That's all. When you build something, you cannot allow yourself to build something and then allow it to be vulnerable to attacks. And so it's not just building it and hoping that they stay away. Right? Like if you made $1 million right now, right? Or let's say hip hop artists or whoever, superstars, they make all this money and they leave themselves out in the open. Hell no, they don't do that. Like protection is a line item. Talk to any wealthy person. Protection is a line item. Security, guns, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Buying off the police, whatever. It's a line item. Their own militia. Think about colonialism, right? Do your history. Many governments were taken down by militia. Militia are not government with arms. These are citizens who were armed. The Second Amendment allow you to build your own militia. So why not build like think about the drug dealers, for instance. The kingpin never had to pick up a gun. Right? The kingpin was the money. And so there were people around them, the shooters, protected that kingpin. You know what I'm saying? I mean, not never, but you know what I'm saying? So I'm saying that if anybody becomes the source of income, you gotta build protection around that. You don't leave yourself out in the open. So that's what I'm saying. So that's why I don't like that narrative. Like, I don't like the narrative like we built it and they burnt it down. We didn't build it right. Because if we built it right, then that wouldn't even matter. Like, they wouldn't even have opportunity to burn it down. Right? Dr. Claudette Anderson lays out a 5-step program for the black community. Right? 5-story program. Right? Look it up. Right? Look it up. Number 1 is the economics of it. Right? Economics, politicians, cops, court systems. I don't know it in order. I should. But economics is first. Right? And you build it in such a way that you protect it. That's it. You know what I'm saying? And so we have to get to that space that I don't get it. Like, it's like, if you're gonna do it, do it the whole way. You know what I'm saying? Like, just don't do it half the way, do it the whole way. You know what I'm saying? Anyone watching Lovecraft Country, please check it out because it dives into the deep stuff that we're as a culture have dealt with the past and still experience today. What is called Lovecraft Country? I'll look it up. I haven't seen it, but I'll take a look. Lovecraft Country. Let me just write this down so I can remember it. Let's see what else we did. You're breathing. It's us. We are humanity. Blessings and greetings. Cleaner for you. What's up? What up? What up? Watson says, I always say that white people know our worth more than we do. What does that tell if they created an entire system to keep us down? They must know how powerful we can become. And for the record, um, if you look at history, they do. It's done to everybody though. It's not just. And so that's why I think racism is economic. You know what I'm saying? So I do think that is true. That as black and brown people, they understand our power. But I also think that there's money in oppression, right? Because if you look at history, white people oppress white people too. You know what I'm saying? So I think I don't think it's more about race than it is about economics. You know what I'm saying? Which is why I'm saying that, think about this, right? There are racist white men right now who do business with Saudi Arabia. They don't like them, right? They probably have prejudices against, Saudi Arabians, our brown brothers and sisters in the Middle East. But because they built their own, and because they have their own system, they have no choice but to work with them. So what I'm saying is, I don't think it's about scared about power. I just think it's about economics. I think about economics. And I think that the power of the people is always going to be greater than the people in power, right? And so nobody can stop us from getting together. We just got to make a decision to get together. Nobody can stop us from doing that. So I don't care how much somebody's afraid of what they're afraid of. I just believe that we need to get on one accord. We don't need permission to do that. We get on one accord. We build a strong economic base. And once we do that, you'll see, actually. You'll see that it's about economics. And if we control the economics, they don't have no choice but to rock with us. You know what I'm saying? They call us militant, but the Asians, Mexican, Haitians, Africans, etc., come here and have their secluded areas with no problem. But they still have problems though. You know what I'm saying? So I think, I think that it's, I think that they do have problems collectively. I would say the Asians and Mexicans, but as a Haitian American, and of African descent, I think that they have issues as well. But I think that that's a model that could be followed, right? I think the model that needs to be followed is of those, folks who are coming here from other countries and really creating economic base, right? They're not asking for inclusion. They building it themselves. You know what I'm saying? Are we still on the news? I don't even know, honestly. I don't know what we on. I don't know if we on the news. I don't know. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, I don't know if we on Ask Cash. I don't know if we on Inspiration. The abuser is not always the one with the most financial power. I get it, but I use that as an example. So that's I get what you're saying though. But where are we? Maybe you set yourself times 20 minutes on each segment. Maybe because I know I'm going off. We are moving in the right direction. Just moving too slow. Love yourself. Love each other and stay kings and queens. Styles, he just be going off. Yeah, like that's what I'm trying to say. My brain just work in that way. Like my brain just work that way sometimes. High on your own supply. Facts. I need a showrunner. I definitely need a showrunner. Yeah, my brain don't work that way. I definitely need, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I definitely go off. Abraham Hicks, Course in Miracles. Freedom is not taken, is given. All right. No one gives you freedom. You take it. Big facts. Haitian Revolution is a good example of black people fighting a higher power, empowering ourselves. Fast shout. Big facts, big facts. The book he mentioned was A Course in Miracles. All right, let's see. I don't know if I can get through all this because it's a lot. I need the word of the day, Ash. All right, I don't know what the word of the day is. Second Amendment starts with making us micro moves. Get them firearms, my bros and sisters. Let me see. Economics, skyscraper wisdom. So I guess when they bombed from the sky, they didn't build it right then either. Yeah, no, I agree. No, yeah. They didn't build it right. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that. So if you understand what I'm saying, so love and chill, love and C nil. What I'm saying is that if you read Powernomics, so there's a book called Powernomics by Dr. Claude Anderson, and what happens is that if you read Powernomics, the 5-story structure would have stopped like that government structure, that bomb from the sky means that there wasn't. So think about this, right? So I'll leave it there. Think about this. If you have the economic base, you also need to. You can't just build the economic base and not protect it. So how do you protect the economic base? You buy the politicians. You rent them. So if your economic base is inclusive of everybody too, right? And that's the other thing. So think about the Asians. Think about any economic power in the country. They don't just sell to. It's not enough of them. They can't be an economic force without selling to other people. And so Dr. Claude Anderson says, buy black, sell to everybody. And so what happened is that, they created a self-contained environment, but was only catering to black folks, right? What I'm saying is if we're just 13% of the population, you can't create that's not even the majority of an economic base. You can't move the needle if you only have 13% of the economic base. So you need to build a system that also provides supply chain to other people as well. So when you create that massive economic base, you now can start buying the politicians. You can now start electing the politicians that you want. And so when something like Tulsa happens, the National Guard's not coming in because you own them. You know what I'm trying to say? That's my point. My point is that yes, they didn't build it right because they didn't have a political base. They had the economic base, but they didn't build the political base. They didn't build the police base. That's all part of it. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Lovecraft Country. Also, isn't there very telling that they swear you're so detrimental to ourselves? If truly believe that they'd be happy to let us go out our way ourselves. They know what would have really happened. I love him, but I don't like that statement. It's all good. You know what I'm saying? I'll stand on whatever I say. You know what I'm saying? I'll definitely believe that. And honestly, what I would suggest is before you take what I'm saying out of context, right? Understand the 5 pillars. So go get Powernomics, read what Dr. Claude was saying, and then you'll understand what I said, that we've never built a true community as black and brown people here in America. We've built neighborhoods, but we've never built community, because a community has those 5 layers. And with those 5 layers, you can't take it down. You know what I'm saying? So the hidden colors, right? Hidden colors as well. It's money. Mexicans rules the Philippines for over 400 years. Yes, it is. I've been listening to the podcast, and I joined the discussion going off FB. Yes, Lovecraft Country. It starts with us making micro moves. I don't know, Ash, because the thing about what they did with us and only us is that they got us to completely forget our identity, and history is deeper than economics with us. I agree with that. I think that it is economics, because this is what I'm saying. If you knew, right? If you knew your history, if you knew your past, you would walk different. You would talk different. You would act different, and that acting different would tip the economic scale. I think it all goes back to economics. I don't think there's nothing that happens in this country that you cannot trace back to the money. That's what I believe. In Tulsa, they use firearms and private aircrafts to bomb the black communities, so we have to plan for air tax defense as well. We are royalty. We gotta stop looking for a leader and move as a unit and build economically. We need we need the inspiration. I'm trying. I'm trying to dig it out. That's why I gotta go inspiration first. I think I gotta go back to inspiration first. You know what I'm saying? Valid basis about getting together. However, within our community, that's the most difficult trait to adopt. Joining and being loyal to each other is our biggest issue. We're on new inspiration. That's what this feel like. We need the word of the day. What's the word? So somebody throw something out there. What's the word of the day? What's the word of the day? Y'all give me a topic. I'm a freestyler. How do we get business credit? If you go, so business credit, you go to my website, mindrightmoney.com. There is a resource section. In the resource section, there's a webinar that I did on business credit. It gives you all the basics of business credit. Though you have to set up your business the right way. You have to make sure you have the LLC, make sure you have a business address, and make sure that you start building. You set up a platform with DMB. So you have to have a business profile with Dun and Bradstreet. But go to my website, mindrightmoney.com. Under resources, there's something for business credit. Let's see. I'm glad you addressed her post. I'm glad you cleared it up, that statement. Nah, I'm like, I don't run for nothing. I stand on anything I say. So here's the deal with me. Y'all will get this, right? Is that you got people in your family that you don't agree with, right? You got people in your family that you do not agree with. But even in not agreeing with them don't mean that I hope it don't mean that you cancel them and you like, I'm not dealing with you no more. And so if I say something that y'all don't like, I'm not looking for y'all to be like, yo, I'm not looking for y'all to collaborate with me, because I think that we get stronger by enlightening each other. So if I say something that's wrong to y'all, then please explain to me, and then we could discuss it. But I promise you this, that I stand on what I say. I'm not retracting anything I say. You know what I'm saying? I stand on it. And so if I feel a way, it's because I've done the research. I hardly have conversations about stuff. And I'm not saying I won't make a mistake. I might make a mistake, but I hardly have conversations about stuff that I'm going to be like, yo, I apologize for saying that, because it's history. It's not, you know what I mean? It's not my opinion, right? I talk about, I give my opinion, but I also give my opinion based on the history. You know what I'm saying? Imagine if other black people from other states came into the protect the people of the land of Tulsa during that time. This is why it's important to love yourself and each other. We are kings and queens. The Air National Guards is the one who bombed Tulsa. We must protect each other. We bombed. Philly was bombed too by the police not that long ago. I'm at a doctor's appointment. We need to create. We would need to create our own militia. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that. I'm not trying to be explicit, because I think some things, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm just saying that some things, you know what I mean? Like some things don't need to be explicit, but it is a Second Amendment right. I promise you, there are tons of other groups that have created their own militia. The Civil War, if you look at history, were fought by militia. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's all I'm saying. Let's not be dumb. Let's not be naive. Let's not think that, you know, people are gonna give us freedom. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Like, I don't want to, like, I'm not trying to spell it out. I'm not trying to be all super militant and none of that, but like you got love or fear. You know what I'm saying? Those are the two emotions that are in this world. You have love or fear. And when you love something, that's what I know. This is what I feel like. I feel like if you love something, you protect it. That's how I feel like. So I'll just talk about, like, as a parent. And y'all take it however y'all want to take it. I just think, like, as a parent, you know, me as a parent, I got 2 kids. And I love my family. And so if I love my family, there's two emotions. If I feel like there's a threat outside, there's 2 things I could do. I could love, or I could be in fear. Those are the only 2 things I could do. There's no other emotion. There's no other emotion. I could love, or I could be in fear. And so if I'm in fear, that means I'm not going to take the proper steps to protect my family. I'm going to allow other outside forces to potentially disrupt my family if I'm in fear. But if I love them, if I'm in love, then I'm going to do everything to love them, but then also to protect them. That's a part of love. That's what I believe. That's the fabric that I was built on. If you love something, you protect it. You don't allow outside forces to come disrupt what you love. Right? And so, by any means, with that thing that Malcolm palmed in a picture, never read the Quran or Islamic scriptures. The only Psalms I read was on the arms of my, by any means, with that thing that Malcolm palmed in the picture. If you know, you know. I'll leave it there. I'll leave it there. If you know, you know. But if you love something, you protect it. That's all I'm trying to say. I don't want no excuses is what I'm saying. Like, that's how I feel. You know what I'm saying? If you know, you know. Maybe you could interview the two. Get inspirational word of the day from the news segment. I don't know. Maybe. What he's saying seems to be very inspiring, though. Please don't miss it and looking for the word. Word of the day, stand committed. I like that. Agree to disagree. Word of the day means dreams don't catch themselves. We good. Thanks for what you do. All right, so we got stay committed. We got dreams don't catch themselves. The domestic violence could be offensive to a survivor. I agree, because I agree with that, and apologies if that's true, because as I was saying it, I did realize that I could have used a different example. So I received that. I definitely received that, Amani Love. Word of the day, ego aside, facts. Inspiration, learning together is how we will grow. We need to look past color and let's create together. Daily inspiration, each one teach one. Dr. Claude Anderson has some great books. Power Monica, or I hope you mean Powernomics. I'm about to say Power Monica. That's a new one. Ash, if you believe it's only based on economics, why was it necessary to take away our identity, history, culture, and rewrite it? That wasn't done with anyone else. Because that's where our economic power lies, though, Virtuous. Our economic power lies in our history, culture, in our history and our culture. Think about this. Without machines, without technologies, black people built pyramids. How did they do that? They did that with the power of their mind. And so if you don't know your culture and you know yourself and you know the power of your mind, they could, you know what I mean? Like you could create a whole powerful economic base. Let me see. We can build. All right, I gotta go. I wasn't offered, just glad. I wasn't offended, just glad I'm a survivor. Yeah, I didn't know, so when I was saying it, though, I did feel like, maybe that domestic violence example might have been off. So, but I appreciate you, Sport Brat, for that. All right, word of the day. Because I gotta go now. I answered some questions. Let me see. RJ says from YouTube, says, quick question. Yesterday you said you don't believe in predestiny, but the Alchemist said it was written in. Is that not true? I don't believe it. So what I take out of the Alchemist is that I don't take the predestiny out of it. I just feel like what I take out of the story is that when you follow a path of looking, you always get back to where you started with is within. So I still don't. I mean, I don't take books. You know what I mean? What they say, pause. What they say, eat the meat, throw away the bone, pause. So I don't take them literal, but I love The Alchemist as the book, but I don't believe in predestination. All right. So the word of the day is knowledge of self. So as we close out this inspirational thing, I'll leave you with this word, right? Once you know yourself, nobody could tell you otherwise. And I think that the power, right? The power is in knowledge of self. Is knowing your history, your true history, where you come from, knowing the power of your ancestors, knowing the power of your higher power, right? Understanding that you are made powerful, that nobody can give you what's already yours. And so walk out in this day, every single day, powerful. Walk out knowing yourself. Walk out knowing your true history. Silence the noise. Don't listen to other people who have the best interests of themselves to quiet your power. And I think that if you know yourself, you will be in a position to manifest anything that you want to manifest. And I think that collectively, right, There's an African proverb that says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And so I think collectively we have the power of shifting, right? Because the power of the people is always going to be greater than the people in power, right? But the people have to know that they have the power. And so as you walk out every single day, I want you to be the best possible you, because it starts there. Because if you know your history, if you know where you come from, if you know your higher power, and that higher power is within you, if you know that, then you are going to maximize your full potential and be the best that you could possibly be. And when you're the best that you could possibly be, then, only then, you can get to the collectiveness of the people, and then the people will be in power. What happens is that a lot of times you don't know yourself, and then you're going to your community, you're going to outside sources to now know yourself, and then now because you're trying to go to outside sources to know yourself, they could direct you in any which way. But if you know yourself first, if you do the inner work, if you do the self-work, if you make sure that you maximize your full potential, right? You know the knowledge of yourself, that you are a God, lower G, right? You are made in the image and likeness of God, lower G. And if you understand that, now when you walk out and you become interdependent, not independent. Do not be independent. Don't be dependent on a group, right? You become interdependent. That's where the power lies. So we need every single person to have knowledge of self. Know who you are. Know that abundance is your birthright. Know your divine right of freedom. Understand that you were made in the image and likeness of your higher power. And once you understand that, and you become, you don't want to be the weak link. Do the self-work first. Do the self-work first, and then once you do the self-work, then you do the work of the community, and then nothing, absolutely nothing, could stop us. All right, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to see y'all tomorrow, same time, same place, in God's will.